is Tracy Hines, and I'm a member of the U.S. Canoe and Kayak team. I was a member of the U.S. National Slalom team this year. I competed in the women's C1 class, and the year before, I was a member of the U.S. Freestyle Kayaking team. And I want to talk about for a minute what an amazing experience it is to be a member of a national team. Paddling whitewater in a world championship event is truly a great blessing. This year and last, I got to meet and paddle with some of the greatest athletes and people in all of the world. It was truly an amazing blessing for me as an athlete and as a woman to be able to experience paddling in two classes that are pretty physically strenuous, and both classes that I paddle in, especially the women's C1 class, is one that's truly emerging in the world of sport. But that's not what I'm here to talk about today. I'm here to talk about not only the blessings of paddling whitewater, but some of the adversities that I had to overcome before I was able to be an athlete on the U.S. team. I am a disabled veteran. I was in a warrior transition unit. I got a traumatic brain injury, and that really did affect my ability to do many things. It made it so I was not able to do my job as a soldier anymore. The reason I'm talking about this today is because my sport has included a class, especially for people with disabilities. This is a class that a lot of veterans, like myself, are going to be able to compete in. It's one that a lot of resources have been put forth to, so veterans like myself can have opportunities to compete. So I wanted to talk about what my experience has been as a veteran and as an athlete. I've gotten to experience so much great progress as a person with an injury in recovery because of my participation in paddle sport. I've gotten to have a great community of friends, and I've gotten to go to foreign lands. One of the things that's been an amazing blessing for me is I've been able to see how the benefits that are associated with being in the armed services can be of use. I use my Space A flying privilege to be able to attend my competitive events. And it really is an amazing blessing and very therapeutic just to be able to be involved in the process. My sport is a performance-based sport, as they all are. The performance standard, even for disabled athletes, is very high. I'm competing in an able-bodied class because a particular injury that I have doesn't have a disabled class. But even so, the type of sport I do canoe slalom, and even freestyle. There's a lot of elements of that sport that have really helped me as a disabled athlete to be able to recover. In canoe slalom, you have to be able to memorize courses, and paddling in whitewater, I had to be able to regain a lot of the coordination that I'd lost due to my head injury. I had to be able to reestablish my judgment processes, and I had to be able in freestyle to keep up with the complex scoring system in order to be able to effectively come up with a routine. I ended up 6th place in the women's squirt event at the World Championship that was held right down here. This is a blessing. When I left Fort Benning, Georgia, as I was out processing, one of the ladies that checked me out before I went home said, "Your life is not going to be the same." And you know, she was right. But even though things weren't exactly the same for me, I was still able to forge a path anyway. This year, I got my master's degree from Montreat College. I've gotten a bachelor's degree and a master's degree since being medically retired from the armed services. I guess I'm making this video now in hopes that maybe somebody that's sitting at a Warrior Transition Unit now that's really troubled, because I've been there, will see it and have the will to keep on fighting and to do everything you need to do to get all the things you need to be able to get to be successful in the civilian world. You can't quit and you can't give up. I think it's important for people to realize that there are a lot of resources out there to help you. My sport is a great resource for me, and it can be a great resource for a lot of other people. You have to be patient with yourself while you're learning how to do sport. Paddling a canoe is not an easy task, but I had a lot of friends that were willing to help me so I could be successful. I think you have to be patient with yourself and understanding with others, and just simply be honest with people. There's no reason to hide your disability. It is what it is. And sometimes, in our imperfections, these are truly our greatest gifts. Thank you very much, and God bless.